It's Pikachu!
It's Blueberry!
It is currently 10:26 p.m. and welcome back to the Honey Bunch of Bros podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our second guest of 2022. Let the people know your name. What you got going on for yourself?
I'm Daryl. I appreciate you guys having me on. Daryl, also known as Daryl Tate. I appreciate you guys having me on. Got an album dropping soon. We're gonna get into that. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Natural right there.
Link it up on the screen too.
Okay, but what's going on with y'all?
They're cool.
Chilling,
Oh, you asking us, bro? I thought you were asking like the audience,
bro. If I said y'all, who do you think I'm talking to, bro?
But how is he gonna ask the audience if they can't respond?
Right? Am I Dora?
Yeah. Cool. I'm doing good. That's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're in the right place. If you haven't already, just go ahead and hit that subscribe, the follow button, drop a like, drop a follow, drop a comment, drop a subscribe. And we're getting straight into it. So we got what's called High Low High. We share a high from the past week, a low from the past week, and one more high. You can go first, or if you want some time to think, you know what I'm saying, we can come back to you.
You know, a high. I feel like I ended the week pretty strong, you know. Finished all the work I needed to do, finished all the stuff for the album, all the personal things I had to take care of. A low, probably today was a low. Just wanted to go home, bro, from work, just tired, guys.
You wanted to go home. I was there till...
Yeah, I know, I feel bad, I ain't gonna lie. But it's been an all right week. It's been cool.
You got another high, my boy.
Yeah.
It's two highs?
I said high, low, high.
Oh, I mean, being on the podcast right now, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, it's another high.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Let's see. A high for the past week. A high for the past week is the setup. It's taken that next, you know what I'm saying? Was it? I think we're on like V7 right now. Just, you know, stuff is changing slowly but surely. As soon as I get my couch, this stage of the setup will be complete. So that's a high, you know what I'm saying? Always improving, always getting better. A low, man, I gotta follow up. Today was a rough day at work. This weekend was just rough. I can't even lie. But you know what I'm saying? We ball. Second high. Shout out my aunt. You know what I'm saying? Came through with a little jollof rice care package. I was, you know, taking that down earlier before we started recording. Got some meat pies in the fridge too, so stomach's feeling good right now. What's going on with y'all?
Are we talking to us or the audience?
Bro,
I'll go ahead and go. Anyways, my first high would have to be that I've been working pretty consistently this past week. So it's been cool. Work is work. Leading into my low, man, yesterday I had to go into work and it was just a long day. Kind of sounds like you guys, but it's the same thing. It's one of those days where you just want to leave and go home, and that's how I felt. And my last high is that my girlfriend got me this cool Spider-Man shirt, so I thought I'd rock it for you guys.
Okay.
Shout out girlfriend gifts though.
Man,
I
can't even lie. I was supposed to see No Way Home, and I still haven't.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
I was supposed to watch it.
Spoil it yet?
It hasn't, like, obviously, like, I know all three of them, but like other than that, it really hasn't been spoiled at all. So,
that's actually kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I thought people would be yelling it and then like whatever.
I think Zendaya died though, right?
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know, but
yeah, bro.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna say anything.
Bro, bring us home, bro.
I love high. What I say is a high of this week. Bro, I don't even know, low-key. This week was not a high in general, but
that's insane, bro.
It's a terrible week in general.
Damn.
If I want to like say one thing that was good, oh no, my shoes, the ones I bought last week, are coming in on Monday instead of Wednesday. And I figured that out yesterday, so that was the high of my entire week, which is kind of crazy. That's how bad the week was. But low. I had 4 tests in like basically I had tests in basically all my classes except one. So I was had basically no rest this entire week, and it was kind of crazy. I don't know why it ended up being like that or whatever, but it is what it is, and we get through it. But whatever. Um, I think I'm gonna end neutral this week. I can't even think of another high. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn,
Crazy.
What shoes you
That's
get?
insane, bro.
that's great.
Jordan 3, the Cardinal ones that came out on Saturday 2 weeks ago.
You like threes?
Yeah,
Threes. You like fours then, huh?
I mean I'm cool. Yeah, I liked fours, but it's like everybody has them now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like threes. Threes are cool.
Man, y'all be easy with that school shit. But about today's topic,
This guy, bro.
so well, I guess we can talk about it now. So like Daryl said earlier, you know what I'm saying, he got an EP on the way, been working on it. But you know, with a lot of things in life, when you put yourself out there, it's a lot of people find it very scary. Um I mean, I've been doing it a while, so I feel pretty natural about it. But every now and then, you know, you do get those nerves. So what we're gonna talk about today is, you know, just putting yourself out there, whether it's content, whether it's just your opinion, putting yourself in a position to be vulnerable, to be criticized, to be not viewed as human, honestly, in some parts, because like you know you be seeing the way people talk about artists, because they think like they're celebrities and like you know what you say won't reach them, so they just be talking crazy on social media and things like that. So you know all of that, you know, even like things like close friends doubting you, you know what I'm saying, like oh yeah, it all falls into the loop. So let's see, bro. I mean, if like I said, if any of y'all want to start, I can talk a little bit about it. Just let me know where y'all stand.
The floor is yours.
um, so the earliest instance I can remember myself putting myself out there was when I started theater. I was like 5th grade. Nothing too crazy, obviously. You know, just friends, family, school, faculty. But you know, you're expressing the side of yourself that very few people get to see, right? Like my parents knew I was in theater, but obviously they weren't at the rehearsals with me. They didn't see how it went. All they see is, you know, the finished product. Um, Fast forward with anything else, like just different sides of my life that not everyone that's close to me gets to see. Like, you know, with different things you do, it's not necessarily code switching, but like with different things you do, you know, there's different sides of you. Like there's me at school, there's me at home, you know what I'm saying? There's me on a team, there's me in a club. Like, you know, different circumstances force you to be different people, you know? Um it's different from, you know, when you're trying to be different people, but um sorry y'all, but sorry, I just notification came up, lost my train of thought. But like I don't know, since I've been doing it for a while, I don't really feel too uncomfortable when I'm trying something new, this being one of them. Like when we started this, I was literally just like, all right, like, you know, obviously if you go back and listen to the first one, it was a little rocky, but I was like, you know, you gotta start somewhere. So uh cut on the recording and we're here now. So um yeah, myself personally hasn't been too big of a blockade, because a lot of people, you know, like tend to get, you know, anxious, afraid about starting, which is always the hardest part. Admittedly, starting is always the hardest part. But for me, you know, it hasn't been too bad, as far as I can remember. um, yeah, I'll leave it at there for now. You know, we'll go a little bit deeper later on, but I'll let y'all, you know, share y'all preliminary experiences with things of that nature. You can do. Anybody can hop in.
For me, I'm glad you're at the spot you're at right now, like being confident in what you do. Cause I actually took a break off from music. You guys don't know this, but I took a break off from music because like I was self conscious like in the music that I create.
Don't forget they.
Oh, make sure I'm talking to it. My fault. So I get like just like anybody, I get self conscious in like the music I create. So freshman year, I had to take a break off just because really find my sound, really find out like what I wanted to talk about. And then I'm still working on like getting over like making music that some people may not like. And then I'm coming to the realization that maybe the music that I make's not for everybody. It's for like the people that need it, people that want to hear it. And it's another reason why I said I was gonna make this project, just because I said I was gonna do it, and I just wanted to stick to something, really knock it out. But that's like a big hurdle I'm still overcoming, making sure, not so much looking for people's approval on what I do, and just being happy in the content I make. If that makes any sense. I'm glad you figured that out young. I'm still on that journey of self assurance in that regard.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think that's definitely the biggest thing when you're, doing something new. It's like music, podcast, whatever it may be. Definitely is, not everyone's gonna like your content. Not everyone's gonna like what you have to say / do / make. But I think the most important thing is having faith in yourself. Thinking, oh yeah, like I am gonna do this. And another thing that I will say about that is just having a support system around you, just a group of people that like they got your back and they're going to be with you, whether you're whether you're top of the charts or you're not top of the charts. I think that's probably one of the most important things, is having people, family, friends around you who can help support you in time and those times where you're feeling that self-doubt or anything like that. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with everything you said. Also the thing about like struggling or self-conscious about what you do. For example, me, I just like, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it to y'all, but that is something I struggle with a little bit. Um, it's like, oh, what if I put something out that people don't like or whatever? But what I've come to like realize, and like what I've learned from like just experiencing life, is that like really doesn't really matter what other people think to a certain extent. For example, like it's like they're not living your life. They're not with you every moment of the way, every moment
Yeah,
of
they
your
don't know what
life.
you're going through.
Yeah, exactly, like that. So it's like, why does it matter what they say if it's not gonna like constructive criticism, or it's just something somebody saying like, oh, just to tear you down? Like, who cares? Now that I've had like I started to gain that mindset, it's been kind of a little bit easier, like taking risk and doing stuff like that. But I'm still working on that too, also. So yeah, yeah.
I think the thing that's helping me, like what you said is valid, but I feel like for me personally, like detaching myself from like the results of the project or whatever I'm working on, just saying, if this does well, it does well. If it doesn't do well, knowing I put my best foot forward, I feel like that gives me more confidence.
Mm,
And it helps me
Yeah.
like finish and put out the stuff I want to put out. It's like if it does what it's supposed to do, it does what it's supposed to do, and just put it out there, just let it do what it needs to do. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
that makes total sense. Yeah.
yeah, like you're like you're learning from what you're doing basically by doing that, like detaching yourself from it and saying, oh, well, this does, oh, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? Stuff like that. Right.
right,
Yeah.
right. And I mean, I don't even blame people because it's not sometimes it's not an easy line to draw a distinction of, because it's like, well, if you're putting it out, you're obviously not putting out for yourself, or else you would have just kept it to yourself. So when you're putting it out, you are submitting yourself for some kind of, public review,
Right.
which does make it scary for some people, understandably. Which brings in, I feel, more than anything, a fear of rejection, which obviously no one wants to be rejected. It's not a great feeling. Personally, like I have a way, I mean, I feel like, understandably, I have a way harder time processing rejection and negative feelings from the people closest to me. Like, if you know what I'm saying, like, if you're not close to me, I don't give a damn like what you say. Your words mean nothing to me. But, like, you know what I'm saying, like, the people that are close to me, I trust y'all to tell me, like, what's up. But I also trust y'all to, like, not break my fucking spirit, right? So, like,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with you pulling me to the side and being like, hey, bro, like, like, this wasn't it. Or you know what I'm saying, like, you might need to, like, do something else. But every now and then, like, you'll get one of those, like, talks, but they just destroy you. I haven't had too many of those in my life, but I've definitely, the what's arguably been worse is silence. Like, I'll do something, and, like, the people, not that I'm looking for validation, but it's like, I would have thought that there would have been some kind of communication on the subject or whatnot. And that, to me, is like a form of rejection, because it's like, well, if they're not,
Some type of feedback,
yes,
anything,
some type of communication, some type of feedback. um I'll share with y'all, the biggest, honestly, the biggest one for me, where I had to, like, really recognize what was going on, is, like, not recognize what was going on, but it was like, it made me think, it's like, am I putting too much value on this? Should I let this go? Should I, like, really think about it? Like, the biggest thing for me was actually when I graduated. Um when I graduated, there were people I would consider myself close with, that didn't say a word to me. No congratulations, no, like, oh, I saw this, you know what I'm saying? How's it going? It's been a minute. Or good ups, like, stuff like that, like, nothing. Like, from people that I thought, like, I expected from, the expectations is a whole nother subject. But I was like, you know, I thought we was boys. I thought we was cool. Like, right? Like,
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
expected something in that sense. So it's like, I didn't put myself out there, but I kind of put myself out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you when you do something that not a lot of people are doing, you gather attention, and that in and of itself is putting yourself out there. When you gather attention for yourself. The podcast also, I mean, I don't take it too seriously. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're just having fun on here, but it's like, there's people that, like, I would have thought would have been like, oh, like, I'll check you out, or, like, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, I'll drop a like, say what's up, not a word, not a peep. And it's like,
for now.
yeah.
For now.
Yeah. Like, obviously, I don't really care that much in this circumstance, but it's like, I don't know, you take note of it. It's like, oh,
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
a little
okay.
mental note, you know?
Yeah, subconsciously you
Drop.
remember that stuff.
Yeah, but
Yeah. That'll come back.
yeah, no.
Always does.
For me, like, for some people, I guess it's different. For me, like, just, yeah, people that are close to me, they got that red button right to my, the core of me. Like, it's very easy to push that button. Which is like, you gotta watch who you talk to, who you keep close. You know what I'm saying? Who's in your circle.
Right.
Do
And
you
it's
think?
like, huh?
Oh, go ahead.
Like, everyone's like, oh, I keep my circle small. Oh, I only keep 3 people with me. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Real G's movement sounds like lasagna. It's like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying, like, like that's, like, you know what I'm saying, like, it's true to some extent, but it's like, a lot of people just be saying stuff for clout these days. It's really hard to understand where people are coming from. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask you, it was a little off topic. I was gonna ask, like, you guys been doing this podcast, 53rd episode, right?
Yes, sir.
So you guys been doing it for a minute. Do you feel like sometimes your work is, like, stifled by, like, you trying to, like, seek perfection? Like, trying to, like, this has to be perfect. It has to be this way, or and then you just end up getting caught up in a loop where you're not getting anything done.
I'll answer that question
It's
for
a good
myself at least.
question.
When I edit, there was a period of time where I was trying to figure out how much effort to put into this, which sounds kind of crazy, right? It's not.
Crazy.
It sounds kind of crazy, where it's like, how much effort do I really want to put into this? Because like I can sit down and I can edit for like 6 hours straight and go through the whole podcast scene by scene and change the things that I want to change, clip the things I want to clip, add effects where I want to.
Right.
And I can do that, right?
It's always gonna be something missing, huh?
Because every time, like, it's I don't know if it's perfectionism or what, but I'll go through. I've gone through and I've edited from beginning to end. I've added everything that I've wanted to add. Now when I'm looking back for things I want to break up to post on social media, I'm like, fuck, like I should have put this in. I didn't put this in, or like this clip, this meme would have been so much better,
Right.
or like this sound effect would have been so much better at a different area. And it's like,
that's one of my biggest fears, bro. Actually,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like I put all my effort into it. Like I sat down and I did this. Like no one forced me to do this. I was doing this on my own. Now I'm looking back and I'm like, man, it's like, and I'm not gonna, delete everything that I just did.
Right.
So it's like, well, how much effort do I want to put into this? Which is like I said, it sounds like a crazy question, but you only have so much time.
I mean, I guess you're answering your own question. Like you do what you can in the moment. Like you can only do what you can do, and then looking back on it, okay, take note of that. Take mental note. Okay, I should do that next time. I mean, that's where the progress comes from.
Exactly.
But you don't want to get caught up in the loop where it's like, damn, I fucked up on the last podcast. Now I'm going to take 3 days to fix this one, a week to fix this one. It's like
one thing about me is
podcast. You're not like putting it out.
One thing about me is I'm gonna take my L and keep going. Like I told y'all before, in chemistry 1B, I failed every midterm except for one. I took the test, I failed, and I went to my next class, and I just had to keep it pushing. And I was putting my best foot forward. This is chemistry. Like you can't come to chemistry and just mess around. Like I'm in class, focused. It's not falling through. So like, and that's what I've consolation is the fact that I know I tried. If I didn't try, it'd be a different story. But the fact that I know I tried and it just wasn't working out for me, oh well, you know what I'm saying? Still passed with a C. You feel me? So
got it done. You graduated. Right? I mean, shit.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta take the C and keep it pushing. Sometimes you just gotta take the L and keep it pushing.
Keep it C. My fault. That was for y'all too. The question.
No, yeah. I can answer that.
Go ahead.
What I say is that like I get stuck in that loop a lot. Like whenever I do, I'm like a semi-perfectionist. I don't know if that even makes sense what I just said. I always want everything to be perfect. So I just did this recently. It's kind of funny you asked that question. I had this assignment. I was like, oh my God, this is garbage. I was doing it over the week. I couldn't get anything done. Like I had like a week to do it. I didn't finish it. I didn't get any progress until like the day before it was due. And I was like,
had that procrastination
feeling
procrastination. It's not even procrastination, but it's like that deadline feeling set in.
Yeah, and I had to do it. I was like, bro, it's gonna be bad. I submitted. I was like, bro, this is garbage. This is horrible. I think I got it back. It was like a 90. I was like, how is this garbage good? You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. And like, I was like, there's no way it was this good. That happens to me with every other thing I like put out. Anything I do is like I always get stuck in like a process of just like I can't do this until like I have to do it. It's weird. I don't know. That's not a good thing. I need to definitely like work on that. But I kind of understand where you're coming from when you ask that question. But yeah, I always get stuck in that. I'm working on it. I'm getting better at it though. But it's crazy.
I'm definitely in the same boat as Utopia. I 100% wait till the last minute to do like any assignment, and then like I like reflect back and I'm like, why did I do this to myself? I had so much time to do it, didn't do it,
man. And then that
and
feeling
here we
of
are.
Like regret set in.
Yes. Where I'm just like, damn, bro, like I should have done that.
I could have had this done on Tuesday. Now I'm over here Friday night sweating.
Yeah.
But hey, like you said, man, you got to keep pushing, take that L, and you got to keep going because school
Real
does
shit.
not wait for anybody, man.
Man,
Yeah, just the fear of, cause like it's like the fear of like make not being good enough in that certain quality, so whatever. 'Cause I could have done it the whole time. I stood there, looked at the assignment, started typing, and I was like, nah, I can't do this. This is garbage. I just turned it off. I just yeah. And at one point, you're just gonna have to like do it. That's like a lesson to be learned. To be honest, like you just have to try.
With the podcast, do you guys like think
damn,
you'll
sick.
ever?
No, I'm just playing.
Do you guys ever think you'll like reach like perfection, like the way you want it to be?
No.
I mean,
Only
nah,
only
definitely
because
not.
I don't believe in perfection.
Yeah, that's my next question. Like,
Um,
is it even achievable?
the
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how the viewers out there. I don't know what grade of math you're in, but when you reach I don't know why I started saying this because I don't even know the technical term.
That's so
You know what I'm saying?
crazy, bro.
When you
Like,
start a curve on a graph, like
Log
when the
with
limit
it.
approaches zero, it'll never reach zero, but it'll approach very close.
Like log.
Derivatives. I took AP Calc. But as the limit approaches zero, it'll never get to zero, but it will get as close as it can. 0.000000001. You know what I'm saying? As close as it can to zero,
right.
but it'll never reach zero. You can, and it's almost like the what's called law of diminishing returns, or like the 75-25 rule, right? 25% of the work will get you 75% of the results, but 75% of the work is going to get you that last 25%, right? So it's like you can, with almost anything, you can put in minimal effort and get okay or get, great. But to get that to get to the point where you start differentiating yourself from other people, that takes the brunt of the effort. But in my opinion, you have to recognize that perfection, you can only come so close. You can do everything great. I promise you, you look back, there's something you think you can change, or something that you completely glossed over. Someone will be like, hey, what if you did this next time? You'd be like, damn, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even hear that. So I myself, like I said, bro, like it might seem like I don't care or I'm not detail oriented, but it's quite the opposite. I've learned through trying to be so perfectionist that it's just not possible. That because you're the type of person who will continue to look for stuff, you have to just be content with knowing that you either put your best foot forward or that you did all that you could. Cause like there's always a bigger fish, you know? Always. You
Yeah.
think you're the best basketball player? You might be until next year.
You're
You might be until next game.
Yeah, then
So
LeBron shows up, and it's just like, ah, shit. Like,
like I said, my philosophy. Y'all welcome to share.
no, I mean that's extremely true. You were hitting it right on the nail with no one in this world is perfect. So I mean, me personally, I would say like this is the best podcast on the earth. That may or may not be biased. Who knows? But but yeah, what you said is very true. No one in this world is perfect. You can't be striving for perfection when no one can be perfect in actuality. So yeah, but best podcast on earth. Glad to
Go
be here
ahead
with you
and
guys.
follow. Check all the social medias in the description.
Yeah, I agree. There's no way to perfection. I think the problem, or like, what's the hardest part about understanding that is actually like understanding that to your like self. Actually, like taking that mindset into your head and saying, "There's no way it's gonna be perfect," and to just put something out. That's the hardest part about it. To be honest with you, I struggle with that a lot. I think everybody. I don't know if everybody does. Actually, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say for me. I definitely struggle with that. Like, oh, It's I don't know how, but you just got to get through that. It's gonna take a long time. Not everything is quick. Rome wasn't built in a day. So to get out of mindsets like that, you just gotta take it slow, day by day. That's what I believe.
You know, and that honestly brings me to what hasn't been said, but you are your biggest critic, right?
Mhm.
Like you said, Tofi, you thought what you wrote wasn't great. You ended up getting a 90 on it. You know, there's a difference though. There's a difference between criticizing yourself for not even to start and then criticizing yourself as you've continued. Because like we said, starting is the hardest part. Um, once you understand that you can never be perfect on the first try, you can't even be good on the first try. Promise you, the first time you it's like flipping a water bottle. Even like first time you flip a water bottle, it falls, you'll be like, oh, that was too much or that was too little. You try again, it's a little bit closer the next time, and you keep getting better and better until you start like landing consistently, things like that. Like a lot of people, too many people I um hear talk themselves out of doing something that they really want to do, something that they're actually passionate about, but because they're so passionate about it that they don't want to fail, they don't want to be bad,
Right.
and then that keeps them from getting started in the first place.
Mhm.
It's not an easy thing. It sounds very easy when you talk about it, but it's very difficult. The
Very,
mental
yeah.
the mental realm is very difficult. I There's something, I don't know if you guys have come across it, but in psychology there's something called a locus of control, internal or external. It's basically how much you attribute things to being your fault or the world's fault. Um this also kind of applies to that. The better you can understand what you can control and what you can't control, it will free up a huge mental burden. Like, for example, if we're putting out this episode right now, right? Like, okay, go back and look at last episode. Go back and look at last episode and look at this episode. There's a stark difference in the demeanor, the organization, and the overall outcome, right? We were just spitballing last episode, like, you know what I'm saying? And we have those every now and then. That's just who we are. That's just what we do, right? But if I'm like getting down on myself, I'm like, bro, we didn't even have like a set topic. We were just talking about this and that. I mean, who's really gonna like we need to do better, us this, us that, like, or just think about it in the grand scheme of things. We do this every week, right? More or less every week. There's only so much that you can generate in a week. We're we either have work or school or other things going on, right? Like, bro, like it's gonna happen eventually, you know? Um where we just come on, shoot the shit for an hour
You
or
need that
so,
sometimes.
right? Um Learning the balance is key for me at least. I feel like I've gotten it down pretty well. I feel like if anything, I'm a little bit harder on myself in the attempt to like not make excuses for myself. But I would say all in all, I think I've kind of gotten it down where I'm like, okay, like especially in class. In class, it was almost all my fault. Where I would, if I took a test and I didn't do good, I would say like, no, you know for a fact you didn't study. Like you know for a fact that you would have known the answer to that question if you had studied more because you had come across it in the little time that you had spent studying. Or in other circumstances, I'd be like, no, like you went from A to B to Z, like the teacher is on bullshit, right? Like you can say that to yourself because you know you put in the work. Um, so finding that balance.
Balance. It's been one of the biggest problems for me. When I was creating an album, I used to like indulge myself fully days at a time, just trying to crank stuff out, and I realized it's not the best way to do it.
It's not healthy.
It's not healthy. That's why I took so long. Like, I mean, I'm doing school, work. It's like only so much I can invest into it, and I feel like I think you mentioned like the law of diminishing returns. Just like I was starting to see that a little bit, just cranking myself out, squeezing everything I had out. It's like
Pause.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
Just killed his whole speech, man.
Nah,
Yeah,
that was
you
good.
know,
Nah,
everything,
My fault.
y'all wild on here.
Over here, you act like you don't know me.
Nah, yeah, you be on some. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
That was a
My fault.
perfectly timed pause, though. I can't even lie.
You good.
Ah,
I was
Sorry.
pausing for y'all.
nah, it's all good. You want to move on to the next topic?
I low-key lost my train of thought with that pause. My fault. But even still, like right, like on my computer screen right now, I have Spotify open, but I have like a bunch of podcasts open, like because they recommend you some. I'm looking at these and it's like I've seen these podcasts start and flourish, right? Um, and so often comparison, that's another big thing, right? Social comparison. Um, I'm not to toot my own horn, but I did write, saying a little research paper on that, and I did pretty well. So, I feel like I might be qualified to talk on the topic, but um, social comparison is crazy. The idea that you will look at an isolated incident of someone's life and determine your self-worth based off of that.
That's what social media is. That's all it is, bro.
Yeah.
exactly.
Like it's another concept is the fundamental attribution error, right? Where people will attribute an isolated incident to someone's disposition or circumstance. You know what I'm saying? For example, a car cuts me off on the freeway. Oh, I'm thinking this dude is a fucking dickhead, bro. Like, I bet he this and this, or he just didn't see you, right? We're making so many assumptions about who he is off of one small incident. The same thing applies here. We're seeing um we're seeing people blow up, right? Oh my gosh, bro, like they must be better because they're doing better, right? But you don't know either how many hours they put in, who they know, which is a big thing. As much as people might not want to admit it, who you know can take you very far. So many factors that can go into something um that is what you see. Like we said earlier, we don't know the whole story. You can't be, it's nice to look at, and you might see that and be like, oh, cool, like I want to, be like them someday. But to take it so personally, I feel like you can't do that because obviously we don't know the whole story. So in putting content out there, people get shied away because it's like, um, we say like you and a friend both start something. Oh, he's like blown up so much more than I have in the same amount of time, right? You could get down on yourself about that, or you could just be like, hey bro, like what are you doing? Let me check out what you're doing. Let me see if it'll work for me. Let me see if I can get some of my own ideas off of that, and you grow. um
In theory, that makes sense. Like that makes like all the sense in the world. Like comparing yourself to other people, but like, how do you put that into practice? Like, do you just like get off?
it's not easy.
Like what are the
I'm
steps you
I'm
take?
yeah, I'm saying all of this from a place of idealism, not a place of
Right.
reality. I'm
Mm.
saying these things as like it's great to put this as your goal, but to
Right.
get there is not easy. I've had a lot of circumstances where I've been like, bro, I'm different, not in a good way. Yeah, or at least I thought it wasn't in a good way, right? Where it honestly just came to the point where I didn't care anymore. Um, where I forced myself to understand that there is nothing you can do about this circumstance. And why would you worry? Why would you beat yourself up about something that you cannot control? And anybody that does not understand that is therefore not worth my time to try and blame me for something that I couldn't control. Um, Social media, like as a kid, not as a kid, but like in high school, um, you see like people going on trips, or you know what I'm saying, you see people like having fun going to, like the NBA games, things like that, things high schoolers do that have fun, that either I haven't done, or like things that I don't do. For example, like I have my own hobbies that I do. That might be their hobbies. You know what I'm saying? Basketball fans going to the NBA game. Um, and when I took that step back and I realized like real talk, like there's stuff that I have or stuff that I do that would make so many people jealous. And not from a place of like what's the word? Not from a place of
Like pride.
yeah, not from a place of pride, but just from a place of reality where it's like there's something that someone has that someone wants. There's something that you have that someone wants. It could be as basic as food and shelter.
Yeah.
There's something that you have that someone wants, and there's something that someone has that you want, you know? Um I really can't give y'all a concrete way of saying how I got over it or how I came to understand it, but it was just through life, through my parents, through things I've seen. You know, you pick things up everywhere, and it just it really, once you really understand it, it lifts a huge burden off of you because it's really a weight that you put on yourself, although like not intentionally, but it is also a weight that only you can lift off yourself because like I said, it's a mental thing.
Sounds like you just listed gratitude, just like being like happy for what you have, not like
That's part of it. That's definitely part of it. I feel like that's
easiest
definitely part
breakdown
of
for
it.
real.
That's self-affirmation.
Mm.
Yeah,
You got this. You're doing good, kind of a thing.
yeah, no,
That's
definitely.
key.
Yeah. So like, social media is probably the most dangerous in terms of that. Like I've literally taken multiple breaks off of social media because of that. It's like, dang, what are these people doing? Why am I not at this level yet? You know what I'm saying? And it's like having that type of mindset is pretty dangerous to have when you don't really understand, or when you don't put into perspective that social media is the best of people's lives. It's not really what the whole story is. And I think understanding that is key. And even me, I still struggle with that today with understanding like, yo, I shouldn't really be looking at this for comparison because this is not the whole story. This is not what they did to get where they are, um, how they did it, or whatsoever. It's just like, I'm here and I'm going to show everybody. So I don't think, I think you should, like, I would say, not take social media to heart and not spend a lot of time on it because it could definitely affect how your perception of reality, what other people are doing is, and that's could be negative.
Agreed.
Definitely.
Definitely agreed. Social media is a tool at the end of the day. And if you use if you use the tool in the right way, it'll do what you need it to do. If you use the tool in the wrong way, you can possibly hurt yourself, right? Um, I wouldn't. I really don't. I can't like it's with so many things. It's very hard to give y'all like a concrete do this,
Yeah.
don't do that, right? Like
Yeah.
I can only tell you like so much because you know it's not like someone like took me aside and be like, you need to know this about this, and then it's like, oh my gosh, you know, like skies are open, you know, heaven came down, and you know I got
It's
all
about
the revelation that
personal
I needed.
experience at the day,
Yeah.
you know, personal life experiences that you go through. You know, certain things happen in your life where they'll shape you. You know, you'll be like, damn, like I need to do this, I need to do that. But definitely, bro, like get out and just experience life because that's where you know you do most of your learning when it comes
You
to
can only
going throughout the world.
and you can only get that experience when you put yourself out there. You know,
Exactly.
you watching, you listening right now. Ask out that girl. Ask out that guy. And if it doesn't work out, tell him to come subscribe.
Damn, at least you tried, bro. Shit.
What's she gonna say? Ill?
Nah.
Oh, no.
I didn't say no. I said ill, bro,
Ill.
because that's definitely worse than no.
That's crazy.
Follow up question
Or she-
though. So like a discussion.
What's up?
Like, how would y'all put yourselves out there? What is the best way to do it? I'm curious to see what you guys say.
For me, it's whatever you want to do. Like whatever you want to do, creatively, academically, whether it's like career choice, like whichever path you want to take, and you're confident in yourself, you're confident in your abilities, like do it. I mean, I think that's like really the only way you can put yourself out there, just expressing your ideas that you have. Yeah, that's.
He said how though?
That's
I mean,
facts.
like yeah, like yeah. I
Putting
mean,
yourself
like
out there. He
if
just
you
said,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was an
yeah, if
answer
you have
to
like an
it.
idea, like you got
Okay.
something you want to work towards, I don't know, like specifically what y'all want to do out there, but do it if you think if you want to do it.
No, yeah. I would say put genuine thought into what you're trying to do. Um, some kind of visualization, some kind of goal. Um, like like literally myself, bro. Oh my gosh, when I was a kid, I used to dream about the setup that I have right now. Like you know what I'm saying? No flex shit, but like
It's
this
just
is a
move.
very
It's just
expensive setup.
move, bro.
Like I've spent a lot of money in what I have
Nah,
now,
you can
bro. And
flex. It's all
if
good.
I saw like what I had right now as a kid, I would be like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to be older. Like, like I was like, oh, like when I'm a kid, like I want, this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Like I would love to have, the cool computer. I would love to have like the cool keyboard, the cool microphone. Um, and one way or another, it all ended up falling into place through hard work, you know what I'm saying? Through, shout out the Lord Most High. Um, but it starts with having some kind of goals.
Seeing it before it's there.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
Cause like imagine it's like imagine like you're drawing something, right? Like even if you're just drawing whatever comes to mind, something still has to come to mind though. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't at least unless the artists out there want to say something different from from what I've gathered, you know what I'm saying? You can't just close your eyes, start drawing something and make the Mona Lisa from my knowledge, right? I don't know. Like I said, artists y'all can let me
Unless
know
you
in the
punch in.
comments.
If you punch in and you freestyle, you can.
There's something that you have to draw on, something
Right.
that will lead you or guide you in some way or another. You might not know exactly what the end goal is, but something has to shape the path, at least get you started. Then once you go on, because like think about it like this: if you're drawing, right, you've gotten some kind of something going on. That's your foundation. Now, like you start building off of this, it's like, oh, this kind of looks like this, or I want to take this and make it into this. Um, like if you're like, I don't know, if you're molding clay or something like that. That's what it feels like to me. That's why how I like to do it, at least. Um, I just know getting there. I don't know how. I'm gonna get there.
I heard this one guy talking. He was saying like, if you're going from like Cali to like New York, like you don't need to know like how to get there like the full way. You just need like the 50 feet of headlights in front of you to just
Yeah.
navigate. You don't need to like have like the full picture figured out. Just like take it piece by piece.
But if you have a 50-foot headlight in front of you, how do you know where you're going?
And you see far enough ahead. I mean, you follow
No,
the
I'm,
road.
I'm, I'm, just, I'm just fucking joking.
No,
No, but I get it. I get
so
it.
deep.
Like like you. I get what you're saying. Like you only need to see as far as your next foot can go
Right.
when you're taking steps forward, right? You don't need to worry about the end of the staircase, the end of the hallway,
Right.
Because when you do, you'll realize how far away it is,
Yeah.
and then you start getting scared away from it.
And you stop and you don't even finish.
Yeah, I see it as like
What's
a leap of faith. You don't know what's in front of you. You just gotta do it. It's tough
Shout
to
out
do
Nike.
that, but yeah. What did you say?
I said? Shout out Nike.
Yeah, copyright.
Uh, Yeah, but yeah, that's how I see it though.
Trust the process.
Man.
Okay.
No Joel
Number
Embiid
6.
though.
Oh,
But
Side.
in all honesty, yeah, like you were saying, it's it. Yeah, trust the process, man. Like Toby said earlier, Rome was not built in a day. Um, you just got to keep working at it, keep grinding, keep your head high. Just know that eventually your time will come. Everyone's time comes at some point. Yours is just coming a little later than everyone else, which is fine. Not everyone's gonna blow up at the same time. Everyone's got their chance. Everyone's got their moment. You just gotta keep grinding and waiting, and when that moment comes, you gotta take it. You just gotta take it. Two hands.
Every dog has his day. I love that quote.
On the way he's looking at it.
Y'all ever
Bro,
heard
why are
that
you
quote?
hating on that? That was a great quote.
I thought you were gonna say. I thought he was gonna say a different quote. I thought you were gonna say like every dog finds its bone. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Hey, that kind of
That
works
too.
though.
That too,
Low
yeah.
key, yeah.
Nah, because I'm thinking, if I can find the video that I'm thinking of, I'll put it in.
That
But
sounds
if
crazy.
no, it's just like it's like a little funny video. But if I can't find it, then sorry. But still in putting things in the grand scheme of things, two things. One, when you're grinding, you have to actually grind, right? You can't just be, you know, I can't say what I was gonna say. You can't be wish-washing your way through it, right? You have to actually commit. And two, like I said, there's always a bigger fish. But there's always a smaller fish,
It's
right?
hungry as hell.
You might be grinding 5-6 years and you finally get that success story. Don't forget, there's still someone who's probably grinding for 7, 8, 9, 10 years who hasn't gotten their success story. So like I said, in the grand scheme of things, you have to let go of what you think is gonna happen, but just know that it's going to happen. You have to try. If you really believe in yourself, you have to believe that it's going to happen eventually. As long as you actually put in the effort that is needed to get there. Um, it will be discouraging. It will suck. It will not be fun. But
It's worth
no pain, no gain. I guess.
it, I guess.
Mm.
You know
For real.
how bad do you want to be the best?
Very
I
bad.
want to be the very. No, I'm just kidding. Pokemon finna flag my shit.
Nintendo.
Shit, they're already about to hit you with what you were saying before.
Man.
With the Nike.
Who's that Pokemon? The very beginning.
Man.
This one kind of flew by low key.
Yeah, I was about to say we already.
That is me or her?
15. Yeah, nah, I agree with you. We going it off there or what? Y'all got anything else to say?
I think we've
Yeah, that was a great conversation.
discussed this a lot.
Cool. I really hope that the vibe y'all get from this podcast is that like I want y'all to feel like y'all got here the same time we did. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want it to be like we had planned ahead super long to the point where like we're giving y'all something. I want it to be like, oh, it's that time again. Let's gather around and see what they got to say.
Yeah.
So like I hope y'all getting that vibe from this podcast that we're trying to like make it feel like y'all are in the conversation with us. It's not super scripted. It's not super point and
At
shoot.
all.
We
didn't go over anything.
Nah, this is all off the dome. We just figured out what we wanted to talk about and we just got to it. So with that being said, go ahead and just give them a little bit more of a where can they find you at?
It's right here. Should be right here.
Yeah.
Make sure you
Yeah,
take
just point
care of that.
somewhere. Yeah,
It's gonna be
got that.
right here,
Yeah,
first
right
of
here,
all.
my fault, yeah.
But
Hate on Tate, Deep Cuts and Diamond Dust dropping March 1st. Go get that. I really put my best foot forward.
on all platforms?
All platforms, of course. Go get that. If you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. Just appreciate the support.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys having me as well. Again,
You
thank
know,
you.
and if you
man.
like it, drop a comment. If you don't, keep that shit to yourself. Nigga, nobody want to hear
Yeah.
that shit.
If you don't like it, go show it to your friend.
Anything else y'all got to say?
Stay grinding.
Your time is coming.
That's all I gotta say. Mic drop.
My
Yeah.
Bro, leave him with the last word, Tofi.
Oh, you want me?
I was wondering, I was like, bro, you staring at?
Rome. I said it before, and I'll say it again since I like it. Rome was not built in a day. It took a long time.
2 days.
Okay.
about around there. Yeah.
25 hours.
Right. No, but facts though. That's facts though. So as we're bringing this one to a close, if you did happen to enjoy this episode, go ahead and drop a like, comment, follow, or subscribe. Like I said, all of our social medias are in the description below. You saw my boy's social medias on the screen right here. Go ahead and let me just check something real quick. When this goes up, it will be okay. This is actually going up on the no. Damn it. Okay, I take it back. So this is going up, should be going up on March 7th. So
It's already out.
It's
so
already
go
out.
Get it. Go
Yeah,
get it.
it's
Hurry
already
up.
out.
Go get that shit
You're
right
late,
now.
actually.
You're
We're-
late.
you-
Yeah.
Stop
yeah.
the video. Go get it.
Whoa,
Go
whoa,
get it.
whoa, whoa. Hey, finish the video. Finish the video. But now we're bringing this one to a close anyways. You know what I'm saying? It's your favorite three, the Honey Bunches of Bros, featuring guests like these. So get subscribed, you know what I'm saying? Coming back with some more heat. Got a long year ahead of us. And we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.